Hello guys, welcome to Brain Mentors. I am Ravi and in this video I am going to tell you about NLP, that is Natural Language Processing. NLP has become one of the most widely used field in data science right now. A lot of applications in your mobile phone are using NLP right now, like one of the most popular example is Siri, Google Virtual Assistant, and if you have Alexa at your home, then it is also one example of NLP. So in this video, I'm going to cover basics of text processing using Python programming. So we'll be taking one by one few basic real-time example and then we'll move towards practical part. So let's say whenever you receive a mail in Gmail, then how Gmail takes care of that it should be going to your inbox or spam box. So by just reading out the text part, how Gmail can predict that whether this mail is a spam or not. So I guess there could be some algorithm which is regularly keeping an eye on it. Similarly, when you watch a movie and review it, then how IMDb tells you that whether this review is positive or negative just by the text you have written. So let's say we have few example of text classification here. So these are the movie reviews that I am sharing with you, like the movie was awesome, worst movie, waste of money. So I can just categorize all the movie reviews into two parts, either positive review or the negative reviews. So according to the content you have provided in the text, the words you have used, my algorithm will classify it into two parts. Similarly, when you have mails, what Gmail is doing, it is continuously checking the content of your mail, whether it should go to the spam box or it should go to the inbox. So there could also be more than two classes in our prediction, like positive, negative or neutral as well. So now we'll get started with it and let's see what exactly the process is, what approach we have to follow. Whenever we talk about text processing, then there is a particular approach that we need to start with. We generally get the text data in raw form, like the reviews I showed you. So for basically we have to perform few steps. First step is to tokenize the data so that we can remove from stop words with it, and after that perform lemmatization, then vectorization, then we apply machine learning, and finally do the prediction part. Now we will see each of them one by one. So first step is tokenization. Tokenization means splitting your text data into individual tokens like this. Suppose you have a sentence and after getting this particular sentence, I'll just convert it into individual tokens using some sort of a split method. I just split the data based on space. So after each space, I just split my data. After performing tokenization, we remove these stop words. Stop words are like is, am, are, that, these, who, which, why, because these words do not have any relevance. They do not help me to classify my text as positive or negative. Similarly, we will remove the punctuations from our data. Punctuations like modulus, ampersand and all. So in my data, I have text like how, are you, question mark, like these things I'm going to remove, and my updated tokens will look like this. The next step is to perform the stemming and lemmatization. Now after removing stop words, we apply this technique so that our text data converted into first form. Our each and every word becomes into its first form, like going becomes the go, playings become play, bought become buy. So in our text data, if we have a word bought, so it will be converted into buy. So it happens because of stemming and lemmatization. Then we perform vectorization. So we are ready to convert our text data into numbers. This technique is known as vectorization, which make a bag of word for you. We have a lot of techniques like count vectorization is another technique. Then there is a hashing, but we are using here TF IDF, which is one of the most popular technique. TF here means term frequency, which calculates the frequency of each word in our document, and IDF means inverse document frequency, which calculates the impact of each word in the document using a basic formula. Formula is TF into log of n upon DF, where TF is the number of occurrence, DF is the number of documents containing that word, and n is total number of documents we have. So after performing the vectorization, we will see one by one that how our output will look like. So these was the updated tokens. And after I'm just writing down the frequencies in alphabetical sorted order. So after each word, I have written 1, which means the frequency of each word is 1 here. So I have written frequencies of each word. But remember, when we apply TF-IDF using a predefined library like NLTK, it's not going to show the results like this. This is for just the demonstration part. Okay, so we'll just implement all things using NLTK, that is the library. Previously we applied TF, and now after applying IDF, our text document will be converted into a matrix, something like that. So this sort of output you will get after applying TF-IDF. So it is now converted into vector part. Now we will apply machine learning, but before applying the machine learning, in this video, I'm just going to show you that how to just do these particular parts using two packages, NLTK and scikit-learn. We are going to use these two packages. We can apply all the technique without these packages as well. So first we will talk about NLTK. So NLTK means Natural Language Toolkit. So whenever we talk about NLTK, we are talking about basically the text processing part using Python. With the help of this library, we can perform a lot of tasks in just few lines of code. So first we will start with it and see how to install NLTK. The simple command is to write pip install NLTK in your command prompt. So just open command prompt and type pip install NLTK. It will get started to install it, and if it is already installed, then it will show you requirement already satisfied. Now, wherever you want to perform some practical implementation, let's say you want to go Jupyter Lab, then you can use it, or you just want to work with Python ideally, it's on you. I prefer Jupyter Lab because of its interactive UI. Plus, it gives me some shell, command prompt and all. So that's why I will prefer to work on Jupyter Lab. Okay, so one by one, we'll just first import the necessary packages here. For tokenization, we need to import the NLTK. And from NLTK, there is a predefined tokenized package which contains two types of tokenization technique. First one is the word tokenization, and second for your sentence tokenization as well. So I am just going to import word tokenize right now. After that, we have to import the package for removal of stop words. So NLTK has a corpus named package which contains a stop word library. And in that particular stop word library, there are stop words for each and every language like Hindi, English, whatever languages you are using. After that, we'll import the packages that I'm going to use for stemming and lemmatization. So let's say from nltk.stem, I'm just going to import WordNet Lemmatizer and Porter Stemmer. So Porter Stemmer is the name of a stemming technique that we use inside NLP. And the another package is WordNet Lemmatizer. So these are the three packages that we have to import first. Now to perform the text vectorization part, we have to go to sklearn, and inside sklearn we have feature extraction.text, and from there we import tf-idf vectorizer like this. Now we are importing one more package, that is string. I'm importing string because string package contains the punctuations. I also have the NLTK with it, but I'm showing you with this string package as well, because a lot of people is going to show you using string package, and few of the people also shows you these things using NLTK. So these are the punctuations. Now let me show you the stop words using stopword.words method, and these are the stop words of English language. So what you will do is you can just put all these stop words in a variable English underscore stop word. I have all these stop words stored of English language in single variable. Now we'll do one thing, we'll just write down the documents. So right now what I will do is I will just put the text part according to me. Later what we will do in the next video, we'll just use a built-in real-time data set. Right now for the basic understanding part, I'm just taking these documents. So yesterday I was watching a movie, but it was really very boring. This is kind of a sentence that I have written. Now let's write one more sentence. Then I started to learn something. So these sort of sentence I am writing in my documents variable. Right now documents is a list which is containing these sentences. So for learning purpose, I am just going to insert only 3 sentences. Okay, so the second sentence is then I started to learn Python programming. It is very interesting. Then third sentence is Python is a programming language used to perform, let's say, data science, machine learning and all. So these are the documents I have prepared. After preparation of your document, we'll start one by one, like how to remove the stop word, how to perform the punctuation part and all. So let's say I'm taking a variable table. Inside that table variable, I'm taking str.makeTrans. So makeTrans is a predefined method of str package. Str is already a defined method in your Python programming. Here I am passing string.punctuation. First two single quotes, double quotes, I have passed a blank for X and Y, like whatever the text data. I just want each and every punctuation. Now you have got a table. This table is containing the ASCII number of each and every punctuation. So these are the punctuations and these are the ASCII number, ASCII value of each and every punctuation. So let's comment it right now. Now we know what is exactly inside our table variable. Now we will start a loop till the length of our documents, and one by one in each and every document I will just remove my punctuations like comma, exclamation mark, dot, whatever I have. So I just use a translate method, which is also predefined in a string library, in a string method. Okay, so I have mistakenly written here range, so it is range. Now after performing this logic, let's print documents, and now you will see there is no comma, no exclamation mark, no dot, nothing. So finally we have converted our text data, and I have just removed the punctuations from my data like this. Now I am starting another loop, let's say for I in range till the length of documents, and we will see that how to perform few other parts, like how you are going to perform the tokenization and how you are going to perform the removal of store word. So first we will tokenize it. So I just use the method word tokenize that we have imported above, and now you will see the output. Yesterday I was watching a movie, but it was really very boring like this, and each and every word is now splitted using space. So the common factor is between each and every word is a space. And let me do one more thing, convert it into a lowercase, because in future what will happen is you might get the data in different cases, like it might be lower or upper cases. So we just need to convert all the data in lowercase. So that's what we exactly did here. And after that I printed the documents. Now I'm taking a variable words and starting a loop on the documents so that I can remove all the stop words. And to remove the stop words, I'm using a very basic logic here. So I'm taking a tokens list, and one by one I will just fetch using a loop each and every word and check whether this word exists in English stop words or not. So if that particular word exists in English stop words, then it means I do not have to work with it. Like yesterday, I was. So one by one, you will get each of the word. And I'm taking a if condition here, that if token not in English stop word, it means the token is available so that you can work on. So I will just store that particular token in tokens list. I'll just append it. So here I am going to append that particular token which is not a stop word. And finally you will get a tokens list that I am storing inside my words list. Now let's see what exactly you got inside the words variable. So let's print words variable. You will see all the stop words are now removed from here. Now only things we are remained with are the major words like yesterday, watching, movie, like these. Now I will just create an object of Porter Stammer and see how Porter Stammer works. So let's create a variable stam is equals to Porter Stammer and create a variable of WordNet Lematizer as well. So first we will test how Porter Stammer works with different words. So we will take few of the words, like I'm taking the first word running. It converted the running into run. Okay, it is working perfectly. Then playing is converted into play. Let's test these words I am testing. Now if I am taking a word wasted, let's see what output we will get. Now you see the word is not proper here. After getting the wasted, it is just remove the ed part from that particular word. So, and if I try something word like bot, it is not converted into its first form. Now there are few limitations of using Porter Stammer. Now that's why we have to move towards WordNet Lematizer. Now if I try to pass something in WordNet Lematizer, there is a lematize method, pass the particular word in it, and now the POS, I can say position, but it is part of speech. And now inside this, the default argument is N. N stands for noun and V stands for verb. So if you want change the position, if you want change the POS, then it will give you the default word. But if you will write V, that is verb, you will get the byword, the actual word. Now try wasted, it will be converted into waste. So that's why I will prefer to use lemmatization instead of using Porter Stammer. So now let's create a loop for I in range, and we'll go till the length of words now, because each and every word is stored inside my words variable. And then fetch each word one by one. I am fetching one by one words, and I will just convert each and every word to the lemmatization part. So I will write words of ij is equals to wnet.lematize and pass words of ij so that each word will come one by one, and set POS is equals to V, that is verb. So I think I forgot to here just write the N part, basically it is by default the noun. So I am getting the similar kind of data again. So if now you will try to set the V, now you will see the watching becomes the watch, boring becomes the bore, starting becomes the start. And I guess interesting was not just converted, I guess rest of the things has been converted here. So you can see my data has now been converted into a proper lemmatization part. Now finally we are ready to work with on vectorization part. So above we have imported few packages, but before that there is a one more thing we have to do. We have to use a loop so that I am going to join my sentence. I'm going to at the end convert this data into a single sentence. So it will again become a sentence now. Okay, so let me show you the outcome. So string index out of range. So basically I have just mentioned the words variable here. So basically I have to store the words of I square bracket so that it will be like this, words square bracket I and then str object. So now we have already executed, that's why it is now giving me error. So I guess I have to re-execute it from the above. Okay, so let's go to the cell number 23 and let's execute it again. And now we will see the output. Now if you will print the words variable, you will see the sentences converted like this. Okay, so I hope you got this thing till here. Now let's create object of tfidf vectorizer and named it as tfidf, and it has a predefined method fit transform. So basically it has three methods: fit, transform and fit transform. There are three methods. So first I am showing you only fit method and taking one object obj is equals to something like that. There are a lot of parameters inside it. So I will just directly check obj.vocabulary underscore, which will show you the index according in alphabetical order. So it is saying that now the data is, the dictionary you are seeing here is alphabetical order. So you can see data is at first index, Bohr is at 0th index because it starts with B. So this is alphabetical order sorting here. So after each word the index has been written according to my alphabetical order. Okay, so after applying the fit method, you generally get the vocabulary. So we have to use a transform method to apply the vectorization part. So I will use tfidf.transform, pass the words inside it. In return, you will get a sparse matrix. And basically by sparse matrix, you will get a lot of zeros and only few of the indexes will have one or something else value. So I will convert this into array. So now finally you will see tfidf.transform words to array. And finally we are ready with our vectorization part. Your data has been successfully converted into a vector array. Now, after implementing all these things, our data is ready to be implemented on machine learning. So now in the next video, I'm going to start with implementation of the machine learning part using this data. I'll show you that how to just use these type of data sets and then apply ML on it so that I'll be able to classify my data on it. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.